Are you crying? Are you gonna cry? Please sit down.
We are not a racist country.
Please sit down.
The dominant social order says
because
that
white supremacy says that. That's why you hold the true to that.
Dominant social order
No,
of the country,
my son. Listen.
Whoa. Okay. They're doing a lot of yelling.
Conservative, or at least know that I was. Larry Elder hurt my feelings. He started saying all that truth. I was feeling some type of way. Oh no, he can't be right. Dudes on the police department hurt my feelings because I was all over Barack Obama. That was my dog. Smart. He was black, even though he ain't black.
How do you mean he's not black?
What part? Hold on.
No. How do you mean Barack Obama's not black?
How is he black? Give me an example.
His father's black.
So that makes him black?
Yeah.
What about his mama?
His mother's white.
So that makes him black? Sit down.
That actually is a pretty good point. That's a pretty good point because how do you define blackness? How do you define black? When you say someone is black, are you omitting, for example, Barack Obama specifically, where they have a white mother and a black father? I think that's what they said. If you say he's black, are you saying he's half white, or how do you do it? Is it just skin color? Is it also culture? Like, what do you define as blackness?
Real quick, let me school you real quick.
Okay, go ahead and school me.
Okay, it's white supremacy. Are you a white supremacist?
No.
It's white supremacy that says that a black man and a white woman together make a black kid. That is the purest idea of white supremacy. No, it's not.
You said it's not a racist
Are you crying? Are you gonna cry? Please sit down.
We are not a racist country.
Please sit down.
The dominant social order says
because white
white
supremacy says that. That's why you hold the true to that.
The dominant social order
no,
of the country,
my son.
You said is not
listen.
Racist.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. They're doing a lot of yelling. What Officer Tatum is saying is that saying that you have one black parent and one white parent automatically makes a black child is white supremacy. That's what he said. The reason he's saying this is because if you were to go back to the slave times, in order to justify African Americans being less than, or even mixed children being less than, they had to make a law that says even if you have an ounce of black in you, you are automatically considered black, so that these children were not given the same rights as pure white people. So in this specific case, when you're talking about Barack Obama, this is Officer Tatum, if you automatically conclude that Barack Obama is black, you are kind of following a similar pattern to a lot of white supremacists during the olden times. That's what he's saying.
Don't talk over me, please.
I'm sorry. It's your event. Go ahead and speak.
That's right. You're talking over a black man. Come on. With all due respect, okay? With all due respect, Barack Obama isn't black because he have a drop of black in him. My kids are not black. My wife is white. I'm black. They're biracial. They're not black. See, what happened in history is that if a black man or a white man or any other race had a drop of anything else, and it eliminated them from being pure white. It was called a one drop rule. If a white person had a baby with a black person, they did not want the white race to not be pure, so you defaulted to the other race. Today, they practice the same thing.
What he's saying actually makes a lot of sense. And I've heard him talk about this before. But what he's saying is a lot of sense, because why isn't that child automatically considered white? Because as we know, when you're biracial or when you're mixed, as some people like to say it, and the child comes out as physically white, the child will still be considered black depending on the parent. So you never see a mixed child and say, oh, you're white. But you always see a mixed child and say, oh, you're automatically black. I've never heard anyone look at a mixed child and say, oh, you're automatically white. Ever in my life. But I have vice versa. So what he's saying is alluding to a lot of fairness in society. He's saying that just because one parent is black doesn't automatically make the child also black, which logically makes sense. They would literally be biracial because if one mother is white and the father is black, you are what, a 50% combination of both. Although there's a little change in between, you may be 51 for whatever. The fact still stands. You are a little combination of both. You're mixed as both. You're biracial. You have two races creating you. So if you were to look at Barack Obama, yeah, it is fair to say that he is biracial if you're going by this, if you're going by the same rulings every time, because the fact still stands. You don't look at a black parent and a white parent and automatically say their child is white, but you do it for black people, or you do it for if the child is darker. It's a little weird, if we're being honest.
What makes my son black? He is 50-50. He's half white, half black. There's no way that you call him black unless you want the white race to be pure. And I think that's what that is. 50-50 genes. That boy is 50-50. He don't have to walk around and say black. He don't have to walk around and say white. He's biracial. And it bothers me when people still hold that racist ideology. If a white person have a baby with a Hispanic person, that person is Hispanic. Why is that? Because the white race needs to be pure. It cannot have any fault. It cannot have any mixing. They used to call it back in the day race mixing. That's why we have racism today in some capacities, is because of that very reason.
What he's saying makes a lot of sense. Whether or not you agree with him or disagree with him, it makes a lot of sense. How come when there's a biracial child, the child always defaults to the other race, according to his logic? Because every time I've heard anyone talk about biracial or talk about someone being black who it happens to be mixed, they always have a different race parent, but the child is still considered black all the time. Like black. So how come one race has to be pure, but the other doesn't? That's a good question. This is a good debate topic too. What you consider black, what you consider white, what you consider so-and-so. But what he's saying, man, it definitely makes sense. And it's definitely up for conversation.
They want us to be divided.
If you like this video, make sure you just subscribe to Officer Tatum. And thank you for watching this. I'm happy to share my thoughts on it. It's LFR Jojo, and I'll see you on the next video.